Good morning, Roosevelt. I'm Kristen McKee.
And I'm Adnan Bashic.
And this is Are You Fired TV News.
Our top story today. The Wonder Museum has finally opened up its second chapter after much success and social media popularity with its first. We have the inside scoop on what to expect.
The Wonder Museum is an immersive art experience in Chicago's West Loop. The Wonder Museum opened in the summer of 2018 and has reopened in May with Wonder Version 2. Around every corner comes an opportunity to be creative and to discover something unexpected. The artwork creates a dreamy journey that reveals the wonders of the world around you.
Wonder is wonderful because they take out the vowels in wonder and spell it W-N-D-R. And I think that's fire.
Never seen it.
Imagination is born in wonder. Wonder's immersive art activations inspire and delight through all of the senses. It consists of 47 exhibits that tap into the curiosity and playfulness that lives within and all around us. Wonder is home to Chicago's first ever Infinity Mirror Room by the iconic Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. Wonder holds the artwork from Richard Prince, Barbara Kruger, and Alex Israel, and conversations with thought-provoking, innovative technologies, and stunning interactive installations. With the help of the Wonder Museum's ambassadors, we were able to get a sneak peek of Wonder Version 2.
Follow me. Right here, we got a piece by Matthew. Wait.
I can't see it from here.
Matthew, I think his name's Matthew. So, Matthew here made the elephant giraffe. Now, come right here. See right here? It's an elephant, right? And then you like come over here a little bit more. Right here, bow, giraffe, elephant, giraffe, and all go together. Something like that. Now, turn around right here. Probably the best part, the exhibit, spinning chairs. Wanna watch the best part? Just get down like this, keep going, never stop. Bring it around town, feel me? Bring it around town. See, there you go. Bow, boom, beat. Easy as that. Beat my hoop. Chips out top. Exactly. Alright. You got more. Instagram bar right here, you know. Love the little emojis. Wanna be cute with your babe, your boo. Whatever you wanna do, best friend, you know. One person stand right here, other person stand right here. You know, you do that. Also, you can do this too. Queens out there, you know. Shout out Beyonce. King, if you want a king, whatever you'd like to be, you know, we don't judge here, we don't digress, you know, it's very popular. Alright. Over here, got the library. So this is where all the poetry happens. You got Candy over there to the right, on with that. Wow, boom, Candy, you like trees? You know you like trees? Everybody like trees. So, besides that, got light bulbs over here. Great part about this, see this light bulb? It's normal, right? Go, deep, check this out. Wow, look at that. Change colors. One more time. See, one more time. Look at that. Bye. Change colors again. Light bulbs. How I go down. So, little chill area over here. This is where all the poets do poetry. You know, you want a poet. For example, poetry right here. Please do not touch desk and typewriter. Thank you, Monty team. Oh, right there. Boom. Easy as that. Little colorful exhibition right here by Lish. Yep, patches. We like patches right there. Follow me. We're gonna put together things, Bob hands, combine whatever words. Fierce is courageous. That's a quote for the day. Remember that while you're watching this. Fierce is courageous. You're not fierce, you're not courageous. You're not courageous, you're not fierce. And if you're not either or, you ain't is. You feel me? That was nice. I like that. That was nice. We got this right here. Very different quotes, you know, pay attention to all beautiful things, everything and whatnot. That's quote station though. Yeah, that's Wonder. That's not even Wonder, that's the first half of Wonder. That's just the beginning, that's just the lobby. And guess what? That take like about 40 minutes. We got plenty more. We ain't even touched number 1 yet. That's 1 out of 47. So come to Wonder, enjoy yourselves. Yeah.
Roosevelt's commencement ceremony for the spring took place in the auditorium building this past weekend, and of course, a lot of preparation goes into the long-awaited event. We sat down with graduation services to hear about all the work.
Roosevelt University's spring commencement is quickly approaching us this Friday, May 10th, at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Graduation is being held at Roosevelt's Auditorium Theater, located at 50 East Ida B. Wells Drive. Roosevelt's graduation ceremony typically runs for a total of an hour and a half.
What we do to prepare for graduation is we have our graduation application listed online. Once that closes, after that point, we begin preparing for our Salute to Graduates reception, where students can pick up their graduation tickets, their cap and gown, as well as take graduation photos if they wish. We also have an RSVP so that we'll know how many students are coming to commencement, as well as how many students are going to attend the Salute to Graduates reception.
Steps that students need to take for graduation is basically we want to make sure they meet with their advisors as well as their departments. One of the things we don't want to happen is a student thinking that they're ready to graduate, but really they have classes that are missing, or they haven't enough credits, or their GPA is not quite where it needs to be. So we do want to make sure that they meet with their advisors first. The second thing we'd like for them to do is to make sure they do their graduation application before the deadline. That's going to avoid any late fee that cannot be waived. So we do want to make sure that students take care of those key components so that they're actually ready to walk in the ceremony and complete their programs. The graduation combined is about a little over 800 students for both ceremonies, for the AM and the 2 p.m. Students do not get their diploma on graduation day, but they will get a diploma cover. So as they walk across the stage and take their pictures, they will receive a diploma cover. The diploma will be mailed to the students later. We have to first process and post the degrees in our system. Once the degrees are posted, then we will submit the list of students to get their diplomas processed and then mailed out to them. So it's going to take about 3 to 4 weeks or so. The speakers that we have for commencement this year, we actually have 2 student speakers. The AM speaker is a Heller College of Business student named Abel Rodriguez. So he's the first student that's going to be speaking. And then the 2 p.m. ceremony speaker is Alex Fruin. He's a CCPA student. And then there's also another speaker. The commencement address is going to be Robert Jordan, and he's a retired WGN newscaster.
We do ask people to volunteer for graduation, definitely to assist with accessible seating, and we also have people in our offices that we ask to assist with various components.
We do have a professional company actually. They're called Grad Images, and so Grad Images will come in and they will take several shots of the students while they're actually on stage receiving their diplomas. But we also ask the student to include their email address so that Grad Images has something in hand to reach out to the student. So as they're crossing the stage, if the student decides to purchase the pictures of photograph of themselves walking across the stage, they can do that and they can work together with Grad Images.
Over $220 million of annual lottery revenue is at stake as state governments sue the U.S. Department of Justice over its controversial ruling that selling lottery tickets online is in violation of federal gambling law.
This past January, the Department of Justice ruled that any form of online gambling is in violation of the 1961 Wire Act, prohibiting gambling activity across state lines. Signed into law by President Kennedy, the Wire Act had previously been interpreted to exempt state lotteries from its purview. Now that the Department of Justice has reversed that ruling, the state of New Hampshire is leading a lawsuit against the federal government in an attempt to protect the revenues the state receives from its lottery.
Tragedy struck Sri Lanka Easter Sunday when suicide bombers killed over 250 people. Tensions remain high as government officials and religious leaders navigate the aftermath of the attack.
On April 21st, Easter Sunday, 257 people were killed in a massive suicide bombing attack on 3 churches and 3 hotels in and around Colombo, Sri Lanka. According to the Associated Press, the attack was carried out by a local radicalized group endorsed by Islamic State. Colombo police officials claim to have all surviving attackers and direct associates in custody. After nearly a month, people are starting to return to their usual routines, though tensions remain high. On May 13th, the Sri Lankan government blocked access to social media and messaging apps for the third time since the attacks. Sri Lankan Catholics have returned to their regular places of worship after watching televised Mass for the following Sundays.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place and time.
Flamin' Hot Nacho. They made the original hot.
Ooh, hot stuff all over my nachos, walking like a taco, driving over potholes, hotter than a pot roast, fingers on my hot chips, red-handed, come on man, I'ma need some chopsticks. Speaking of desire, baby, preach it to the choir, man, my tongue is doing fine, but the roof is on fire. I never wanna hear you say, I want it that way.
The original. Now it's hot.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Oh, tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
I can't believe it. I've been playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet.
Pass the ball, pass the rock. We're open, just pass the ball.
Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico. Yeah.
The J, shoot
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo! Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy.
Yeah.
Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Geico makes it easy to get help when you need it, with licensed agents available 24/7. It's not just easy. It's having a walrus in goal easy.
It's a walrus! Ridiculous! Yes! Nice save, big guy!
Good job, Duncan! Way to go!
It's not just easy, it's Geico easy.
Duncan, stay up. No sleep.
Welcome back to RU Fire TV News. As we mentioned before, we said farewell to the RU class of 2019 this past weekend. But before they made their way across the auditorium theater stage, we asked a few graduates about their future plans.
Hello, this is Darlene reporting for RU Fire TV. For some, this will be the last time they roam the Roosevelt halls. The seniors of 2019 are going to get their diplomas on May 10th, and many of them, as you can expect, are excited. Today we will be talking to some of those graduates to see how they feel about graduating, future plans, fun moments at Roosevelt University, and what they're planning to do to celebrate.
How do I feel about graduating? I am actually really excited for it. It's been a long time coming. I was a music major at first, so it was like being a music major and then being an IMC major, integrated marketing communications. It's very different, but you know, the typical 4 years go being in college and 5 and an extra year. I'm very excited to just be done.
I'm super excited. At first I was really nervous about it just because I didn't know what I was going to do after, but now I'm super excited and I'm ready to be done with school.
I'm really excited to be graduating. I've gone to school part-time, so it's been a long road, and I'm just really excited to be done.
How am I celebrating graduation? My family's actually throwing me like a little backyard party with all our family and friends like around August. So that's really fun. I'm excited for the barbecue.
My family and I were gonna have a dinner at the Yard House up north, and then I might party, but we'll see how the night goes.
So my parents and my fiance are coming to graduation, and we are gonna go out to dinner afterwards. And then a couple of my girlfriends are gonna meet up with us and just celebrate.
What is my favorite moment at Roosevelt? Probably. Oh, that's really hard. There's a lot of good moments. I love meeting people. I love having connections and getting to know people in my major. And I love being a part of the radio station, WBC The Blaze, like the little family we have. But I really love just meeting people. I actually like our department, communications. It's like a little family, you know, you get to see everyone all the time. So I guess I like that, yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot of moments that are my favorite, but I do think that this year in particular, the Salute to Grads was a lot of fun. I think that was really cool. I went to just see everyone like so excited, picking up their stuff. It really was kind of got the idea of like graduation's coming really settled in.
Directly after graduation, I work at the Illinois Tollway headquarters. I am basically like a research intern, but like full-time. I work in their operations and their communications department, and I get to work like on graphic designs, like posters for like our building and everything. And I actually do all like the not so fun stuff, like all the marketing analysis and like knowing the trends of like the tolls and everything too.
Well, I'm gonna continue working in music marketing. I have 2 positions now that I'm gonna continue doing. If you want me to elaborate more, I can. So this summer I'm going to be working at Live Nation, working in the box office. And I'm also the assistant to an event planner. She's also a freelancer. She DJs and she does communication work. And I'm also working with an artist manager.
So I'm actually graduating with my master's degree, and so I'm going to continue. I do work full-time, which is why I was going to school part-time. So I'm going to continue in my workplace and just hopefully use a lot of the stuff that I learned to apply towards what I'm doing.
I ask our undergraduates to rise. Now, flip your tassel from the right to the left.
The English pop rock band The 1975 kicked off the North American leg of their world tour back in mid-March, and on May 8th, the band brought its musical charm to Chicago. The Manchester band tore the roof off the United Center Wednesday night in a performance that was definitely like no other. Thousands of fans gathered at the stadium to experience the unforgettable night. The 1975 is touring around the world to celebrate the release of their 3rd studio album, A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships. But their new album did not take over the night, as they balanced their performance with selections from their previous albums, self-titled and I Like It When You Sleep, For You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It, which drowned longtime fans in a sea of nostalgia.
The Avengers Endgame hype has yet to die down since opening night on April 26th. We have the review for you, but these will contain spoilers. You've been warned.
The wait for the finale to Marvel's Avengers series is over now that Avengers Endgame hit the theaters on April 24th of 2019. The movie series finale has had fans on the edge of their seats since the release of Avengers Infinity War back in January of 2018, when Thanos seemingly took over the universe and disintegrated half of all life on Earth, including Bucky Barnes, Peter Parker, Nick Fury, T'Challa, Doctor Strange, and several other major characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With a 3-hour and 2-minute runtime, Endgame is filled with time travel and alternate realities. Rotten Tomatoes even gave the movie a 95% approval rating of 434 reviews. Since the release, Endgame is the world's 5th highest grossing film of all time at $2.1 billion.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Are you bothered by bills? You know you should file Chapter 7 or 13, but you're nervous and unsure, so you do nothing? Get the most experience, the best reviews, friendly and hard-working lawyers, good advice, superior service, and fair fees. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. With over 100,000 clients, Geraci Law is the law firm you trust to get you out of debt.
When you need to be debt-free, call 1-800-CALL-PFG. That's 1-800-CALL-PFG.
The insurance companies won't return my calls.
Get Glenn! Don't get burned by the insurance company. Get Glenn.
I can't afford to pay my medical bills.
Get Glenn! Get your settlement. Get Glenn.
Glenn Lerner is the lawyer for you. Call 222-2222.
Are you overloaded with debt, but the word bankruptcy scares you? How about debt elimination, consolidation, or fresh start? How about I have a plan and I can sleep at night? How about bankruptcy? I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Search Geraci Law. Read over 12,000 five-star reviews, then click or call or stop in to see if bankruptcy is right for you. When you need to be debt-free, dial 1-800-CALL-PFG.
Von Miller's wanted to build a chicken coop here for months. Facilities said no, of course, but they did let him build a bird cage.
So majestic, aren't they?
They are. I mean, they're not chickens, but they're sure fun to watch.
Don't worry. I snuck one in. Wait, where'd he go?
Over there. Chicken farming's a tough business. I don't know how Von does it.
Welcome back to Are You Fired TV News. The NBA playoffs might have just gotten underway recently, but there's no Windy City representation as the Chicago Bulls didn't even come close to qualifying for the postseason. If they want to have any hopes of returning to the promised land, they will have to make the most of this crucial upcoming offseason.
Well, we first have to, the first part of that is through the draft and to get relevant again. I'm not ruling out Zach LaVine or Larry Markkinen being significant players in this league. You know, Zach just turned 24, and I thought Zach had a really good year, and he grew in a lot of ways where I think he's going to get better. Lowry's just still a young guy. So as I've mentioned many times, the internal growth of our guys is a key part of it.
The grueling Chicago Bulls season has finally come to a close, and it was a tough one for fans across the city. The team ended the campaign with a record of 22-60, which was the fourth worst in the entire league and the fifth worst in Bulls history. The Bulls do have a young core with some promise, but there were still plenty of growing pains in 2018. It had gotten to the point where a coaching change was needed, and Fred Hoiberg was fired, while Jim Boylan took over as head coach. He hasn't impressed many in his short time in Chicago, but he certainly has the trust of the front office. However, there is some hope on the horizon for fans in Chicago, and that beacon of hope is named Zion Williamson.
He just went right around Williamson, but he missed the layup. Now Zion in traffic, jams it home with a right hand. Virginia going after the ball low, dive, and then...
After dominating at Duke University this past school year, the basketball phenom they call Zion entered the NBA draft. He will almost certainly be the number one pick come late June. Standing at 6 feet and 7 inches tall, while weighing 285 pounds, Zion is an absolute tank. He's much more than just a physical beast, however, as he can shoot and pass the ball at an elite level. He's been compared by many to a young LeBron James, and Williamson is someone who can single-handedly kickstart a revolution in Chicago. If the Bulls want any chance of getting Williamson, they'll have to win the NBA lottery, where the draft order is decided by the luck of the draw. The last time Chicago won the lottery was in 2008, which allowed the Bulls to take Derrick Rose in the draft later on in the summer. It wasn't a storybook end to his time in Chicago, but Rose was a key part in the last Bulls team that was relevant in the Windy City. This offseason will be key in rebuilding the Bulls, and fans across the city will have to hope Lady Luck is able to help out the team in the upcoming summer months. Don't you dare touch that remote, as we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Driven. We are driven.
Resilient. We are resilient.
Passionate. We are passionate. Ready. We are ready.
Last season was a little rough, not gonna lie. We came into the season pretty young with only 5 freshmen, 6 sophomores, 1 junior, and 2 seniors.
Coming off of last season and heading into next season, our big focus is growth mindset. So growth mindset is the idea that, we can always get better. Training ugly, learning from your mistakes, and no matter what happens, you can always improve.
We've been working really hard on the details that we were lacking in the fall. I'm trying to work on each and every position, coming together as a team, trusting each other.
So one of our biggest focuses in practice is being present. There's 2 things that are not negotiable, and it's effort and knowing what to do. Being present is part of that. We want to focus on at least having the intent behind our actions.
We're working on our team chemistry, trying to build that outside the gym, not just in the gym. And we've been putting in a lot of work, trying to get stronger and more prepared.
We should be a lot stronger for next season.
Driven.
Resilient.
Passionate.
We are you.
I've been having dreams, jumping on a trampoline, flipping in the air. I never land, just float there.
Finally today, while we're on the subject of summer, everyone is trying to get that flattering summer bod. Everyone, including our furry companions.
Rip, do your bicycles. Do your bicycles, Riptide. Do your bicycles. Riptide, do your bicycles. Get them going, Rip.
Isn't that the most adorable thing ever? And on that note, that's it for Are You Fired TV News. I've been Anand Basic.
And I'm Kristen McKee.
And we'll see you again tomorrow morning. The Avengers Endgame hype has yet to die down since its opening. I don't stumble and end, I stumble and then I just finish. The Avengers.
The Avengers.
That's bad. The Avengers Endgame hype has yet to die down since its opening night on April 26th.
Turn around. Just turn around.
It's not his fault. Alright.
He was just smiling like he was ready to...
Just look at the script. I'm gonna have to speed read this one because we're in trouble. Alright, make sure, are we still set up properly in the shot?
Yeah.
Alright, cool, because I'm afraid I'm still leaning forward and back. It's not the laughing. We're in trouble. Alright. And we'll be right back after these messages. I just wanted to read one, get out of the way. Alright. The Avengers.
The Avengers.
That's bad. Alright. God, I hate these all so much. I just need to distract myself thinking about something else. You can start thinking about something else too, because all you think about is me flubbing it and you start laughing again. Think about.
We should just do a blooper reel at this point.
It's just gonna be me.
Yes.
Alright. The Avengers Endgame hype has yet to die down since its opening night on April 26th. Yeah.